Hello everyone, I'm Freddie Clairvaux.
And I'm Claire Foley.
Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition here at WACH Fox for the 89th running of the Carolina Cup races, brought to you by MUSC Health. We are here at the grandstand at the Springdale Race Course in Camden when, Claire, all the action is taking place.
That's right. The Carolina Cup, it's a South Carolina tradition. And every spring, more than 30,000 fans come to check out the sport of steeplechase horse racing, see what it's all about. But, Friendy, it's also all about the fashion.
Oh, yes, definitely. Check Claire out, ladies.
Yes,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you to the Pink Stable for supplying this dress today, keeping me in fashion and ready to go for the races.
Oh, yep. And fellas, don't worry. Throughout this special, I'm going to show you some different outfits you could put together, like this one right over here. Of course, the pants, always going to bring the statement. Got to have some yellow on. And of course, definitely with a contrasting polo and the bow tie. Claire, is a staple. The fellas can't forget the bow tie.
That's right. And ladies, you're not going to be left out. We're going to take you over to the Pink Stable later in the show and show you some different options for you, whether you want to head down to their store or find something in your closet to make sure, either way, you stand out if you come to the races.
And so throughout this special, Claire and I are going to be crisscrossing this whole entire campus.
That's right. And we're going to be starting with the history, what brought us here. So I'm going to be heading over to the Steeplechase Museum in just a few minutes to get us a look at that. But also in this show, we'll be looking at the fashion, the food, and of course, the athletes and the jockeys themselves. What brings us here today?
And all the fun and what you can expect. It is definitely a family-filled event. So for now, we're going to take you to the Steeplechase Museum with Claire. Claire?
Joining me now at the Steeplechase Museum is Toby Edwards. Toby, this is a race that has so much history. For someone new to experiencing it like myself, tell me a little bit about the background of the race.
Yeah, rich in history and tradition. The first Carolina Cup was held right here at Springdale Racecourse in 1930. So this year it'll be the 89th running, and we've probably got families who have been coming generationally since 1930 to the races here, so it really is a rich tradition.
And what's so special about it? What is different about this race compared to some others?
Well, I think the location, it's one of the most beautiful race courses that we have here in the South. Its positioning on the calendar, it's the first large spring outdoor event. You know, it's the Southern Spring Celebration right here in Camden every year.
And what does it mean to this community here in Camden, both just as a celebration of spring, but also its economic impact?
Yeah, the economic impact is huge. Obviously, we bring an awful lot of people into not just Camden, but into the state for the races. People come from all over the US, and quite honestly, we get people from all over the world. So it is a huge economic impact, and tied into that is the fact that we are running for the benefit of the Health Service District of Kershaw County. So the proceeds from the race are remaining within this community and are used for the benefit of residents of Kershaw County for health and wellness and that type of thing. So it is. It all ties itself together as a community event.
Is there any one part of it that is your favorite?
I think the end of the day, I would always think is my favorite, because it's amazing to go up to the top of the grandstand and see people packing up and leaving, and know that my team and myself have created this fantastic event, and that all those people that are out there have had a great day and will continue their tradition by coming back year in, year out.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Toby.
Thank you, Claire.
Really appreciate it. There's much more on the 89th running of the Carolina Cup right after this.
Welcome back to this special edition here at WACH Fox for the 89th running of the Carolina Cup, brought to you by MUSC Health. Fellas, one thing we talked about was the fashion. If you're trying to figure out what to wear as well, take a look at this. If you have a floral bow tie, that is a plus. And of course, the pants, fellas, they have to make a statement. And we're going to get to these pants as well in just a moment. Joining me now we have Hannah Marsh with the Carolina Cup. She's the organizer here. How are you, Hannah?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. So what can we expect this year? What are some activities that we can expect for the Carolina Cup?
For sure. When gates open at 9 o'clock, you can expect a tailgate contest brought to you by Piggly Wiggly and Cool 102.7.
Ah, tailgating. Okay, of course. So for all the individuals that are coming for the first time, you know, just like football, so we're going to have a tailgating.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the fashion, of course, is a statement for a lot of people. There's also something for people who dress a certain way.
Yes. So we are going to have a hat contest and then a fancy pants contest for the gentlemen. So the hats will be for the ladies and the children, and then fancy pants for the gentlemen.
Ah, and of course, WACH Fox is sponsoring
yes,
that.
that's brought to you by WACH Fox.
And how about the kiddos?
So the kids can expect to have a lot of fun in the True Vista Kids Zone this year.
Okay.
We've got some bounce houses, some face painting, stick pony races, and lots more fun to be had at the True Vista Kids Zone.
So it's definitely something for the entire family.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Oh, okay,
For sure.
all right. So again, we're talking about contests. We're talking about fun for the kids. And is there anything else you want to add for somebody who's watching and is like, you know what, I've never been there before? What can they expect?
They can expect to have just a blast here at the Carolina Cup. It's such a fun day for the whole family, anybody, all ages. It's a great day in Camden.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much for that. And of course, we're talking about the fashion. We're talking about fun with the family. And what about the athletes and the jockeys? How do they get ready for the racing on the big day? Well, coming up at the break, we'll let you know how.
Welcome back to Watch Fox's special on the 89th running of the Carolina Cup presented by MUSC Health. Now, we've told you all about the history of these races, what you can expect here on race day on Saturday, March 30th. But what about the reason we're here, the exact sport? What do we know about that, Friendy?
Well, Claire, you know, earlier I had the opportunity to speak with a horse trainer and a jockey about how they prepare for the big day. Check it out. Jared Galligan has been a horse jockey for the past 13 years. He says this is the way of life for many people in Ireland, where he is from.
And so I was watching racing on TV my whole life, and I just says one day, that looks like a fun thing to do. So I got pony lessons, and I was a bit of a natural at it and just fell in love with horses.
Galligan says being a jockey can be taxing on your body.
Riding is easy. Anybody can ride a horse, but riding at 35 miles an hour, you got to be not just confident and laid back, but you got to be very, very fit.
Galligan says for the most part, jockeys meet the horse they're riding the day of the race.
You better trust that the trainer, first of all, has taught him how to jump, because you just go on his horse like, I hope you know how to jump, because I'm going 30 miles an hour to a hurdle now. I hope you can jump, son.
That's where horse trainer Richard Valentine comes in.
What we're doing is we're putting this clay on. It'll draw out any heat or inflammation.
He's responsible for making sure a horse is ready to compete.
Our season really starts in January. We start with low impact training, so we do a lot of trotting, and then we build up their muscles and their conditions so they can start galloping.
Valentine says horses begin training when they're between 3 and 4 years old for an event like the Carolina Cup.
So we're on schedule now that they'll breeze every 5 to 7 days, and the breezing is they go faster than a normal everyday gallop. We want them to get tired but not exhausted. We just keep building up the conditioning.
Valentine says these horses are fed high protein and high fat meals 3 times a day. And traction is what jockeys like Galligan say is needed to win.
We train barefoot in the beginning of the year because it's nice to let their hoof grow and form naturally. But yeah, the shoes offer a lot of support and traction.
For races like the Carolina Cup, $190,000 is up for grabs. Galligan says the money doesn't compare to other athletes, but it's still worth it.
Honestly, I think it's the best job in the world, but it's very hard work. It's dangerous. I've broken every bone in my body. And, you know, we're not getting paid like NFL players, but it is an addiction. It's the best sport in the world. It's such an adrenaline-seeking sport.
Claire, it was pretty interesting to hear the horse trainers say that they start the horses as young as 3.
It's so impressive, Friendy. I mean, there's so much that goes into it that you don't think about, and even how much the jockeys have to train.
You're right about that, and it's pretty intense, and I loved every moment of it. And of course, we have so much more coming up, fellas. I talked to you all about the fashion, and remember those shorts that I had on during this story, that's definitely an example of something that you can wear.
And ladies, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for our little fashion show, a little shopping spree. We're going to head over to the Pink Stable to see what some of our options might be for race day. And they also told me that this race is kind of used as like the opening to spring fashion. So we're going to go see what's on trend. Welcome back to Watch Fox's special of the 89th running of the Carolina Cup. Now, of course, a big part of the races is the fashion. So right now I am at Pink Stable and joined by owner Catherine Couch. Catherine, I've never been to the races, so I'm going to need some help. What should I wear when the big day comes?
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're so excited. We have been going to the Cup now for years. And so we've been dressing women for almost 10 years now. And so the Cup is all about like introducing the new spring fashion. You're going to see lots of color, lots of springtime fashion like florals, hot pinks, pastels, a lot of color. The only thing that you're going to have to worry about is the weather. We never know what the weather is going to be. So a lot of people do a lot of layering. You could do a jean jacket or a light cardigan. We don't even say rain because hopefully that'll stay far away. But lots of spring florals.
And so what's on trend this year? How do we make sure we're not outdated in our looks?
So lots of pastels, like this beautiful lace dress over here. It's solid, but it's got the beautiful lace with the texture, and it's got that beautiful mint pastel. Of course, a hat, because you're going to want to stay out of the sun as much as possible. And the Cup is all about the horse race and the hat, and so you definitely want to have that accessory. Also, you know, again, pastels. You can do any length dress, really, short, long, midi. Midi's a big length, you know, because you could show off your shoes. This dress is beautiful because it's got the pops of neon. Neon is really big for spring. Anything with accessories, like some fun chunky jewelry that's got some color to it, and also a bag. You do not want to forget your essentials on race day.
Of course.
We also have this fun palm leaf dress. It's got bright colors. You've got your arms covered. And also, again, we've got hats on every lady. This girl, she's got some really wild colors going on, but she is fun. She's got all the colors of spring with her hot pink hat. Of course, all of her accessories. So yeah, so you just want to be accessorized. You want to be comfortable. Comfortable shoes are key at the Cup. Sometimes, you know, it's dirt, it's grass. So you want to make sure you're not wearing high heels, and you want to make sure you can walk because there's a lot of walking there.
And talk to me about the fun textures I see here. How do you find the right balance with the texture on the dress and what you got on top?
So I think you can always mix texture. Mixing colors is also fun. Over here we've got the mint with the hot pink hat. Of course, she's got some fun texture. Everybody here has a little bit of texture. I think it's so fun in fashion to kind of mix your favorite colors, mix textures. Like this dress right here has some beautiful chiffon with the cotton, and then you've got this little pearl detail. I just think it adds so much fun, and it puts a uniqueness to your outfit.
And you talk about how it's a chance to show off the new spring fashion. In the winter, we might be sticking more to neutrals, quiet colors. For people who loud colors, maybe it's not usually their thing. How do you recommend they get comfortable and have some fun with it?
I think just start off with something small. Wear some black pants with a hot pink top, or, you know, put some color into your jewelry. You could still wear some dark colors if you wanted, but pop some fun with your hat and your jewelry and your accessories. And I think that that's a great way to bring that spring color into your wardrobe.
And it's all about the fun, right?
That's right.
Have some fun with it.
As long as you feel confident and beautiful, that's all that matters.
Awesome.
So.
Perfect. Is there any other fashion tips that people should know about? I know you talked about layering. What kind of sweaters or cardigans might go good with
Well,
some
this
of
year,
these?
jean jackets are real in.
Okay.
We've got several here in the store. You know, you could have some fun with it. We've got some that have rhinestones on there. We've got different shades of denim. And so you can really layer anything with a denim jacket this year.
And what about the essentials that are going in the bag?
Oh, well, sunscreen. Sunscreen and some more sunscreen. You definitely, if it is a hot day out there, there's no shade coverage unless you have a tent. And so that is why a hat and sunscreen is so essential. And also your cell phone and probably a charger, because there's no service out there because there's so many people. So it just drains you so fast.
And to take pictures of your cute outfits,
That's right. That's right. You have to tag everybody.
And tag Pink Stable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Catherine. This is
Thank you.
awesome. Make
Thank
sure
you
you
for
come
having
down
us.
to Pink Stable to come get an outfit so you're ready to go for race day.
All right, fellas, I've been talking to you about the different outfits that you could put together for the Carolina Cup. You want to make sure you have at least a pink top if you're thinking of wearing this, but a pink polo and shorts. Want to have some khaki shorts, or these seersuckers like this will definitely help you set the tone for the big day. And speaking of the big day, we've been talking about the Carolina Cup races, but there's another race I need to tell you about. Joining us now is Tom Mulliken with Mulliken Law Firm. Tom!
All right.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. And nobody looks better than this man right here.
Thanks, Tom. Look at you, Tom. You're ready
Doing
with
what
that.
I can.
It really looks nice, Tom. You know, we're talking about horses. We're talking about races. There's another race that's coming in the fall.
Oh, yeah. Bringing back the Super Bowl of steeplechase on November 17th this year. The Colonial Cup, the Mary DuPont Scott Colonial Cup will be back. And we'll be having our season-ending race.
Yeah.
And looking forward to setting a new record for our fall race this year on November 17th.
So what's different from the Carolina Cup and the Colonial Cup? How do they prepare? Same thing, or?
It historically been a longer track, but it's a great race. It's a horseman's race.
Okay.
It's really something that has been looked forward to for many years. Mary DuPont Scott started it and supported it. So really an international race. The horses came over from Europe, and we're looking forward to, again, planting our flag as the equestrian center for the United States here, where we have our museum and some wonderful stables, great horses, and excellent jockeys right here in Camden, South Carolina.
I mean, what does that mean for South Carolina? We're talking about something big like this coming here to Kershaw County.
It's just amazing. South Carolina, and Camden in particular, has been the epicenter for ecotourism for decades, centuries. You know, we've had presidents here. Andrew Jackson rode his horse through town, Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of wonderful activities, and the horses have always been a big part of that. And so we're excited to bring the Colonial Cup back this year and bring people back to town, where we've got great restaurants and hotels and bed and breakfast. And so it means a great deal. It has a huge economic impact here in Camden and across the state of South Carolina.
All right, so really quick again, the details: when and where?
Here at the Mary DuPont Scott Race Course in Camden, South Carolina on November 17th, 2024.
All right, so we will see you all there. Tom, thank you so much. We really appreciate it for all the good words, man. The Super Bowl of steeplechase racing is coming back right here. And folks, don't leave, because after the break, we're going to have some more on this Watch Fox special as we're taking a look at the 89th running of the Carolina Cup races. Thank you for joining us for a special edition of Watch Fox News, where we are focused on the 89th running of the Carolina Cup races. And of course, fellas, it is a big day for fashion, and we want you all to make a statement too. And so I have some tips to kind of help you all out. You cannot forget, fellas, the bow tie. The bow tie is the staple of this type of event. You want to have that. A cutoff vest, definitely want to have that too. And then plaid or some window pane pants will always work well. And the loafers. Got to have the signature loafers while you all are here. So keep all the colors pretty bright, springtime colors. And here to tell us more about the races, we are talking to the presenting partner of the Carolina Cup races, MUSC Health, their representative, Dr. Thule Holmstrom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Freddie. We're very fortunate to have a relationship with MUSC Health. As many people know, MUSC Midlands is a combination of 3 hospitals. We have 2 hospitals in the Columbia area and the hospital here. We're committed to this area. Our Columbia Hospital was founded in 1938, so 86 years of commitment to their community and the Midlands.
Wow.
Our Camden Hospital, founded in 1913, 111 years of commitment to Camden and surrounding areas. And our sponsor or partnering organization, MUSC Health, celebrating its bicentennial this year. 200 years of commitment to the health and well-being of persons throughout the state of South Carolina. We couldn't be happier than to be partnering with the Carolina Cup, who is now presenting their 89th horse race.
But you're not only going to be here for the jockeys.
No, so for years we've been providing health services and serve the jockeys and other staff, but we're also here to help with the health of the guest. So we'll have health facilities available. So in the case that you need health care during the course of the Carolina Cup, we're here to serve those needs.
And there are so many different events or activities that you all could be a part of. So why the 89th Carolina Cup race? Why be a part of this?
Healthcare is local. We are very proud that MUSC is the managing partner of our local hospital. This is a wonderful way to give back to our local community. For years, the hospital was the beneficiary of any proceeds that came from this race. Several years ago, the health district became the beneficiary of proceeds that came from the race, but those proceeds are earmarked to help those that are uninsured and underinsured get access to health care.
Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful thing for us, who for years was a beneficiary of that, to now turn around and be the sponsor of the event that will carry that forward to the next generation.
And this is also personal for you too as well.
Absolutely. Born and raised here in Camden. This will probably be my about 40th Carolina Cup. I would drive my son past this racetrack on the way to school most mornings, counting the number of horses. And we were always excited as spring came because the number of horses exercising every morning.
Dr. Thule Holmstrom with MUSC Health, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it.
Well, it's been quite the day here at the Springdale Racecourse. We talked to you all about the history of the Carolina Cup, the fashion, the food. We also heard from one of the jockeys, Gerald Galligan, who told us that when they come here on race day, it could be the very first time that they're meeting the horse they ride. And right now, where Friendy and I are standing is where that meeting would take place. This is the last place that horses will be before they head off to the racetrack.
And of course, all of the fun taking place on Saturday, March the 30th. So make sure you mark your calendars. Meet us here at the Springdale Racecourse. For more information about the race, you can visit our website at WACH.com. Thank you so much for joining us for this Watch Fox special for the 89th running of the Carolina Cup races, brought to you by MUSC Health.